cool as me.
Oh, no!
Rheem's been producing award-winning heating and cooling solutions for more than 65 years. With G&L Heating and Rheem, you're getting top-quality, innovative products with the latest technology. Welcome to the new degree of comfort. Call G&L Heating today. We appreciate your business and look forward to serving you.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
The World Cup is coming to Fox 9 this summer.
Hello from Mazeroski Field in Cadiz as both squads grace the baselines as the national anthem rings out here at Mazeroski Field. A good one today between a couple of teams ranked at the top of OVAC Class 4A and ranked near the top of their respective Ohio divisions. It's Harrison Central hosting the Indian Creek Redskins. Take a look at our D&J Sales and Service pitching matchup for the homestanding Harrison Central Huskies. It's Colton Rudder with a 2-1, 137 ERA, 15 and a third innings, with only allowing 10 hits, striking out 19, walking 6, and hitting 6. And Parker Heath, the sophomore, will throw for Indian Creek, 2-0 with a 240 ERA, 16 strikeouts to just 3 walks this season. Indian Creek checking into this matchup 10-0. Harrison Central 9-2, and let's take a look at our keys to the game. For Indian Creek, it's work the count at the plate and pound the strike zone early with starter Parker Heath. For Harrison Central, limit the extra base hits and be aggressive offensively. Jack Hillgrove and Rich Donnelly coach two teams, again, ranked near the top of their classifications, and two teams that are used to state playoff success.
Yeah, you got two programs that are run by two great coaches, Coach Valesco at Harrison, Coach Cottis at Creek. And what they've done over the years, they've developed guys who go on to the next level and play. And you can see it. You have, I think Harrison they have the Neiman kid. He's up at Slippery Rock. And then Indian Creek has Ty Householder down at Marshall.
Let's go to break. First pitch when we come back.
What could you do with some extra cash in your pocket? Let First Choice America help you to lower your monthly expenses by refinancing your auto loan. Switch and save today. It's easy. Plus, you'll get $250 cash in your pocket to use however you like. It's a great opportunity to tune up your finances. Enjoy low great rates, flexible terms, and no application fees. First Choice America, your first choice for refinancing.
In all you do, your heart's with you. Pounding, fluttering, melting, singing. And we want to understand it on every level. So every single day, we're at the forefront. Advancing, transforming, treating, combining human kindness and clinical excellence. Also, you know that here, your heart's in the right place.
Meet the new Massey Ferguson 1 GC Series subcompact tractor. These small but mighty machines help you get more done on your property. They're easy to operate for first-time owners and packed with power. Mow, haul, dig, and clear brush, all without breaking a sweat. Plus, with a wide array of attachment options, you can work through every season with ease. From summer mowing to winter snow removal, the MF1 GC Series does it all. Learn more at MasseyFerguson.com or visit DJ Sales and Service today.
Bucco Triple Play, talking Pittsburgh Pirates baseball all season long. And there's no better way to keep up with the Pirates than Bucco Triple Play with Rich Donnelly, Bill Phillips, and Don Sloan. The National Gold and Silver Refinery, Rich's Treasure Chest, will feature tales from Donnelly's decade plus as a Pirates coach. Mondays and Thursdays each week of the season. Watch on YouTube or listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Two teams met on Wednesday. Indian Creek, a winner 10-0 in 6 innings in Mingo Junction to remain undefeated on the season. Mike Cottis' squad 10-0 to start 2026. Mike Valesco and the Huskies 9-2. Both squads at the top of OVAC Class 4A. Creek in first, Harrison Central in second, and Rich Donnelly. Both squads ranked pretty darn high in their respective Ohio state divisions as well. Harrison Central third in Division 5, and Indian Creek the top team in the entire state in the latest OAC OHSBCA coaches poll, #1 in Division III.
Yeah, I think both teams will have a chance to move on. It's going to be fun to watch them at the end. I talked to both coaches before the game. They were both adamant about playing a clean game, not sloppy, throwing the ball all over the place. And that's what both teams have done so far this year. So we expect a good, clean game and a tight game.
Runner comes home to Gavin Pinal, who leads it off for Indian Creek. Takes the first pitch high. Ball 1 at 5:04, 76 degrees here in Cadiz, Ohio, and at Mazeroski Field, the beautiful baseball complex here in Cadiz. 1-0 to Pinal is low for ball 2. Our home plate umpire, Mike Cox. Sam Jones roams the base paths. Pinal on the season, .375. He's got a home run, 2 doubles, and 8 RBI. 2-0 runs inside, doesn't hit him, 3 balls and no strikes, and Pinal quickly ahead.
Yeah, Pinal's not your typical leadoff guy. He's got some pop. I've seen him hit a home run to lead off a game against Big Red, and he has gap power.
Rio comes home, Pinal takes strike 1. Hunter Rusnak on deck, Silas Hyde in the hole. This Indian Creek lineup with 5 seniors, 3 juniors, and a sophomore. 3-1, evens the count. 3-2, Indian Creek a .383 team batting average this season, a .984 OPS. They've averaged 9.5 runs per game.
Yeah, you might have a guy hitting 8th hitting .340.
Payoff pitch is outside and low for ball 4. Here's the look at the Indian Creek lineup. Hunter Rusnak bats second. He's behind the plate. Silas Hyde, the right fielder, hits third. James Brothers cleans it up. He's the first baseman. Luke McVicker, the DH, bats fifth. Max Lane hits sixth. Then it's Logan Wedlake, Parker Heath, and Ian Starkey to round it out 7, 8, and 9 for Mike Cottis in Indian Creek. Leadoff base runner for Indian Creek and Gavin Pinal. He is checked at first base by Colton Rudder, the starting pitcher, back safely. We'll show you the Harrison Central defense in a moment as well. For Rudder, that's his 7th walk of the season. Swing and a miss. And quickly ahead this time on Rusnak, who's hitting at .448. Last time I checked, that's a pretty good batting average.
Not bad.
2 doubles, 8 RBI.
When you're hitting .338 as a team, there's not too many guys hitting bad.
This one gets away. Pinal will advance to second base and trot in there safely. He's got 5 stolen bases on the season, so a threat to run as Rudder threw over there early in the plate appearance for Rusnak. Takes a ball. So the count now 1-1 to the Creek backstop. Mainstay in this starting lineup the past several years, Hunter Rusnak takes high 2-1. Indian Creek in 2024, Division II state semifinalists, falling to West Branch in Canton. And last season, back-to-back district champs, but falling in the regional the regional finals to Chillicothe Unioto 2-0 as Rusnak fouls one back 2-2. You and I did that state semifinals game together against West Branch.
That was a great run for Creek. Ty Householder, now at Marshall, was a part of that team, and they had a really good run. 2-2.
Throw back over to second base. It gets into center field. Pinal will think about trying for third, but gets back to second safely. So Pinal unable to move into 90 feet away from scoring position on the throw into the outfield, but the count remains 2-2 to Hunter Rusnak.
Man on second, no outs. You got to get this guy to third base, whether you hit the ball. If you hit the ball the right side, man, there's a huge hole over there.
This one hit a ways down the left field line. It's Movin, and it's off the wall, down the line and left. That's going to score Pinal. Hunter Rusnak trots into second safely with an RBI double. And 2 batters into the game, the Redskins strike first, the 9th RBI of the season for Hunter Rusnak.
Yeah, that's one way to get him over. Smash it off the wall, and now you have the same situation with Hyde up here. Left-hander try to pull the ball here, get your run over to third, and get a nice 2-0 lead for your pitcher.
That one went away. It's 320 down the lines here, left and right field, and that hit right off the middle of the wall on a fly in left field. So a good piece of hitting for Hunter Rusnak. Drives in Gavin Pinal, and it's 1-0 Indian Creek. 2 batters into the contest.
Yeah, right now your shortstop's going to hold the guy over because he's trying to pull the ball here to second base, get the runner to third, so your shortstop can hold him on. Your second baseman can be over more in a pull area, because he's going to try to hook this ball in the hole.
Silas Hyde takes strike 1 and takes ball one upstairs. Count even. Hyde, the right fielder, also a mainstay in this Creek pitching staff, hit at 457. 2 doubles, a home run, 15 RBI, leading the team. 1-1 from Rudder. On the ground and foul right side.
You can see there he's trying to hook the ball, get it on the right side, get that runner over to third base. Seems like Creek every year has veterans on the team. They're young, but all of a sudden, all these kids have played in championship games, so that really helps.
And Mike Valesco and Harrison Central in the midst of not necessarily a rebuild, but a youth infusion as Hyde takes strike 3 on the inside corner. That's the first strikeout of the game and the 20th of the season for Colton Rudder. Out number 1 for the cleanup hitter, James Brothers. But this Harrison Central lineup, and we'll talk about it once they come to the bat rack, only 5 upperclassmen in it. This is a lineup for Harrison Central that includes 3 sophomores and a freshman today. 3 juniors and 2 seniors. So 7 of the 9 that are in the batting order for Harrison Central today will be back next season as Brothers fouls the first one back.
Yeah, Coach was telling me they're very young, and like I said, playing in games like this will help you down the road. And like I say, they have a good program. It's good every year.
This one hit on a line into right center field, and Brothers comes up with a base hit. The runner at second base, Rusnak, held up to see if the ball was caught, so Rusnak stays at third. So James Brothers aboard with a single. It's runners on the corners with only 1 away as we take a look at the Harrison Central defense. Rudder is behind the plate and on the mound and behind the plate for the Harrison Central Huskies is the catcher Colton Miser. The first baseman for the Harrison Central Huskies, Hunter Snyder. The second baseman, Cash Meadows. The shortstop, Lance Smith, and the third baseman, Gage Stoneking. And then Colson Crothers in the outfield. He's in center field as this one's fouled away, flanked by Brady McAfee in right. And the left fielder for Harrison Central.
Yeah, that was a good read by Rusnak. That was a tough play. You couldn't tell whether the ball was going to be caught or not. If he took off and he caught it, you're doubled off. So he did the right thing, play it safe. Now you got first and third, and still a chance to score.
James Brothers' 382 average up a tick after the single. He's on first. Lucas McVicker hit at 455. Takes a strike and then a throwdown from Miser. Harrison Central thought that they had Brothers at first, but the call by the umpire on the bases, Sam Jones, is safe. Rusnak stays at third. Let's take a look at it here.
Yeah, the ball beat him. I think he got under it. We'll see. Yeah, he didn't tag him. He tagged him on the back. So good call by Sam Jones.
Count 0-2, though, to McVicker. Pitch home from Rudder, hit in the air towards left field, up enough for Warrington it's going to bounce in front of him, actually, and it's an RBI for Lucas McVicker. And in the top of the first inning, Indian Creek out to a 2-0 lead on 3 hits and a walk.
Yeah, good base running by Rusnak there. He read the outfielder, saw that he was deep, saw the ball was going to fall in. He didn't go back and tag, so good base running twice now by Rusnak.
So he scores to make it 2-0. Brothers moves up to second base. Lucas McVicker, the DH, on first with an RBI single. The junior second baseman, Max Lane, in there now, a 333 clip with 1 double and 6 runs batted in this season. Upstairs for ball 2, 2-0 to Lane. Colton Rudder on the season, 15 1/3 innings coming in. It's great numbers, a 137 ERA, 19 strikeouts to 6 walks. Struggling a bit here early, but this is an Indian Creek lineup that we talked about hitting at 383 so far this season. And a 984 OPS.
Yeah, what you want to do with a pitcher like this, make him throw a lot of pitches early, try to get him tired. That's exactly what Creek's doing.
2 balls and a strike. That one misses on the outer third. Count 3-1. McVicker drove in Rusnak. Rusnak drove in Pinal. It's 2-0 Indian Creek. Brothers on second, McVicker on first. 3-1 inside, ball 4. So the base is now full for Indian Creek and Logan Wedlake, the senior center or left fielder.
Yeah, they're getting that pitch count up there. He's probably thrown close to 20 already and only 1 out, and the bases are loaded.
Indian Creek so far in the top half of the first. 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks. Only 1 out. Silas Hyde struck out looking. Bases juiced for Wedlake, hitting at 286. Takes a breaking ball in there for strike one.
Yeah, Harrison playing a double play depth in the middle, trying to get a hard ground ball and get out of this jam.
286, no doubles, 7 RBI for Wedlake. Runner from the stretch, that one outside. Good job there by Miser to keep it in play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Indian Creek 10-0 and beat Harrison Central 10-0 at home on Wednesday. 1-1. On the ground, chopped towards third. A good play by Stone King, home for 1.
Nice play,
and that's all. Good play by Gage Stone King from third base to come home and keep the run from scoring. 2 away as Parker Heath, the starting pitcher, steps into the batter's box.
Yeah, he was playing in anyway, and that's the only play he had. If he had tried to go to first, it would have been a really tough play. So he did the right thing, make a short throw, get to force it at home, and get 1 out away from getting out of this mess.
Two away for the 8-hitter. Again, Parker Heath swings at a first pitch foul out of play. You know, it's a good inning when your starting pitcher bats 8th and hits before he takes the mound. Heath on the season 0 for 2. So this is just his 3rd plate appearance, but his numbers on the mound much better. 0-1 upstairs, 1-1 to Heath. Gavin Pinal started this game, walked and scored thanks to a RBI double from Hunter Rusnak, who scored on an RBI single from Lucas McVicker. Go down to third base. It goes into the outfield, and this is going to be runs for Indian Creek, at least 1. Good job by Warrington to get it in quickly, but Lucas McVicker scores from third on the errant throw towards third base, and it's 3-0 Indian Creek.
Yeah, Coach Valesco and I talked a long time before the game about making mistakes like that. Let the other team beat you. Don't make mistakes and open up the innings like they're doing now.
Heath late to that one, fouls it out of play again. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Because sometimes the kids, they think they're doing the right thing. They're going to pick people off. And as you've seen already, there's been 2 pickoffs, and both balls ended up in the outfield.
2-2 hit towards right field. This one still goes out of play, not by as much as the last couple he hit towards that direction, but Heath stays alive. Max Lane moves up to third base on the throw into left field, and Logan Wedlake on second. So it's second and third, 2 down for Indian Creek here on the top of the first, leading it 3-0.
And let's see if the outfield here moves over a little bit. He's been late on these pitches.
Up the middle, and Rudder handles it on to first, and that will retire the side here in the first, but a good inning for Indian Creek. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base. So the Redskins on the road with a hot start. They lead it 3-0 as Harrison Central comes to bat next.
My name is Waleed Garib. I'm an interventional cardiologist at WVU Reynolds Memorial Hospital. One of the most important things for anyone's health is get into your primary care physician. Even if you're healthy, even if you're doing well, sometimes you feel well, but it turns out your risk factors are not well controlled. When you're seeing your primary care doctor, they can help detect any of these problems and guide you towards fixing them, or at least getting you to someone who can fix them.
Is your student ready to be Bruin smart from the start? Brooke County Schools is happy to announce pre-K registration begins February 1st.
If your student will be 4 before July 1st, we offer 2 easy options for registration. Pick up a registration packet at any Brooke County Schools location, or new this year, try our online option.
Visit our website for open enrollment information in grades K through 12. Brooke County Schools, the place to be.
There are sales jobs, and then there are sales careers. At AMP, you bring the hustle, we bring the platform. Sell sports, news, streaming, digital. Trusted local brands. Backed by one of the nation's largest media networks. Help businesses grow with national reach and hometown trust. Performance-based income, real mentorship from day one. When you win, we win. Apply now at sbgi.net/join AMP. Three runs for Indian Creek on 3 hits, an error, and 2 left in the top of the first.
Doesn't matter the sport, Rich Donnelly. Every team wants to start fast, start hot. Indian Creek was able to do it early in the lineup with Gavin Pinal and Hunter Rusnak. Rusnak's RBI double off the wall and left the real exclamation point offensively.
Yeah, they got off to a good start. They got a little help with the pickoff throw. And probably should be 2-0 now. But like I say, both coaches, we talked for an hour about not making mistakes. You know, if you get beat, the other team just hits you, scores 15 runs. But when you give them runs, I know Coach Valesco wasn't real happy with that pickoff attempt, and it's unneeded. Just let the other team let them make mistakes.
Parker Heath, Hunter Rusnak behind the dish, James Brothers, and at second base for Indian Creek, Max Lane. Shortstop Gavin Pinal, Dom DeGrutola, not in the batting lineup, but at third base, Logan Wedlick, Ian Starkey, and Silas Hyde in the outfield for the Redskins. Lance Smith takes ball one low. We'll take a look at the Husky lineup in a moment. Colson Crothers on deck, Gage Stone King in the hole. Up the middle, this one high for Heath, but handles it, goes on to first, one away, 2 pitches into the ball game. It ended, the top of the first ended on a 1-3 ground out, so the bottom of the first starts the same way. Colson Crothers up next. He bats second place center field. Gage Stone King hits third. He's the third baseman. Colton Miser, the catcher, is the cleanup man. Hunter Snyder bats fifth, plays first. Colton Rudder, the pitcher, hits sixth. Cash Meadows, Brady McAfee, and Trey Dunphy, the DH, round out Mike Valesco's lineup here on this beautiful Friday afternoon in Cadiz as Colson Crothers takes strike one.
Yeah, you see Heath, he likes to go from the set position. Some pitchers do not like to wind up. Throws him off. He's going from a set position. He's compact and he feels comfortable, so no problem in going from the set.
Quickly ahead 0-2. Parker Heath 2-0, a 240 ERA, 16 strikeouts to 3 walks.
Not bad. That's pretty
good ratio.
Yeah.
Only allowing 10 hits, so the walks and hits per innings pitch stat 1.11. 0-2 got him on an off-speed pitch. Swung on and missed. 2 up, 2 down so far for Indian Creek defensively, and it paves the way for the 3-hitter Gage Stone King to step into the box.
Yeah, nice breaking ball here. Yep, got way out ahead of it. But he's doing the magic formula, throwing strikes.
There it is again. Stone King hitting third, a 469 clip, 5 doubles, 12 runs batted in. And something to keep in mind for the next time the top of the order rolls around for Harrison Central. Lance Smith and Colson Crothers, 8 and 7 stolen bases respectively. So that's along the line of thinking of keeping them near the top of your order. This one chopped to second.
Whoa.
Lane on to first. Throw pulled Brothers off the bag, and Harrison Central catches a break. A 2-out base runner thanks to an errant throw towards first. So Colton Miser gets a chance here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, it was routine play. Threw it just a little bit wide, and first baseman came off the bag, and Harrison with 2 outs gets a runner on. Just came off enough.
Going to check him at first, back safely. Stone King, 5 swipe bags this season. Miser, the sophomore catcher, 324, 2 doubles, and 10 runs batted in this season. So Heath's got to deal with a 2-out base runner. First pitch home, fouled left side.
Yeah, in this situation here, 2 outs, you got your 4th place hitter up there. And unless you are really a good base stealer, take a short lead, do not get picked off. Let your 4th place hitter hit. If he hits the double, he can score you. Don't be tricky down there. Let the guys who are hit 3rd and 4th, let them hit.
Oh, 1. Runner takes off, pitch a strike, throw skips in there, and Stone King safe at second base. Calls time, make sure he stays on the bag there. It's tougher with a turf infield, obviously, to stay.
Yeah, we had a game last night up at Oak Glen. A couple of the girls, they overslid. They slid halfway to New Cumberland. I mean, they were flying all over the place. So you have to be careful here. You have to start earlier when you slide.
So the 6th stolen base of the season for Gage Stone King, but the count 0-2 to Colton Miser. Heath's offering from the stretch. skips low, 1-2.
Yeah, what you do here is a runner, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As a coach, you're telling him, as soon as you see him start to swing, run. Because if he swings and misses, inning's over. If he fouls it off, you have another chance. If he hits a base hit, you get a big jump. So you got to watch the hitter. As soon as he starts to swing, go.
Foul back.
The thing you don't want to do at second with 2 outs is be flat-footed with 2 outs, and especially 2 strikes. Get a little lead. Like I say, really zero in on the hitter. As soon as he goes to swing that bat, start running.
Shortstop Pinal creeping behind the base runner Stone King. Back over to short. Secondary lead, lengthy. This one hit towards right field. In on it is Hyde, and he'll make the routine catch for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits. An error gave the Huskies a base runner. And despite the error, Indian Creek able to get out of it unscathed. We're through 1. Indian Creek 3, Harrison Central nothing on the WVU Medicine High School Grand Slam.
Medicine. Here, it's more than a practice. It's a promise. To get you home sooner and get you back out there. To push the boundaries of what convention says is possible. To stop at nothing, no matter what. That's why medicine is in everything we do.
If you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, well, your favorite attorney has a message for you. Collision, calamity, catastrophe? Are you innocent, faultless, above reproach? If you want money, you need an attorney. You need a bulldog. But finding one, it's laborious, it's strenuous, it's stupefying. That's why you gotta call the number on your screen now. They'll help you connect to a legal expert. You have questions, they have answers. They know the legalese, the lingo, the jargon, and the argot. They'll even tell you how much money your case could be worth. $300,000, $2 million, $86,491, all sorts of numbers. Slip and falls, work accidents, car, truck, bus, motorcycle, motorbike, e-bike, tandem bike. These bulldogs will make sure people pay. And if you don't get paid, the attorneys don't get paid, and I don't get paid. So I compel you, I implore you, I beseech you to pick up that phone and call now to see what your case could be worth.
800-373-0500.
.34 pitches for Colton Rudder in the first inning. Faced 8 batters. Indian Creek scored 3 runs. They lead at 3-0 after 1. It'll be 9-1-2 up for the Redskins here at the top of the second, starting with Ian Starkey.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do. Get that pitch count up. Most pitchers, when you get the pitch count up, the batting averages go up because they're tired. There's a bomb.
In the left field,
Nice
but
play.
over on it is the left fielder Warrington, not in the batting order today for the Harrison Central Huskies, but makes the catch. Zayden Warrington, first pitch, first out. Back to the top of the order we go, and Gavin Pinal.
Yeah, Starkey hit that ball right on the screws, right at the left fielder. Yeah, I like guys that attack that fastball on the first pitch. All your good hitters in history have been good first ball hitters.
So Pinal up for the second time in as many innings. That one almost hit him, but bounces out of the Miser glove. 1 ball and no strikes. Walked and scored his last time up, Gavin Pinal. The senior shortstop and a mainstay on this Indian Creek squad that has been uber successful the last several years. A state semifinal appearance in 2024. Pinal hits this one in the air towards right field. McAfee over, makes the catch 2 away. Last season, another regional championship appearance, but falling to Unioto in that regional final in Athens.
Yeah, as both coaches, Coach Cottis will tell you for sure, when you get to that next level, up around the district regional, pitching, because you go and play 2 or 3 games, maybe in a 3-day period, and you need at least 2 pitchers.
Rusnak swung on and missed, doubled and scored his last time up 0-1. Between these 2 programs, you've got at least regional tournament appearances or further since 2023. Again, Creek last season in a regional final, 2024 in a state semifinal, And in 2023, Mike Valesco's Huskies make it all the way to the state championship game before falling to Apple Creek Waynedale. Of course, Tristan Nemeth leading the charge for that squad.
Yeah, you got two solid programs. They usually play what I call clean baseball. Like I say, no mental errors, very few physical errors. They don't beat themselves, and as a result, that turns into victories, especially in tournament time.
Ooh, hot shot up back towards Rudder. He goes down. The throw over to third base is in time to get Hunter Rusnak. But Rudder took a line drive back up towards the middle of the field. And this is something that you obviously hate to see as the Harrison Central coaching staff and Mike Cottis from Indian Creek over quickly to check on him. Oh, man.
I'm hoping it his glove. I'm not sure. Oh, he said it looks like the right shoulder. I'll take that as opposed to hitting any higher.
And his team over to console him as well. It looks like he's okay. But nonetheless, that ends the inning because the out goes 5-3. And it looks like Rudder's okay, but we'll keep an eye on him as Harrison Central comes to the bat rack next as Indian Creek goes down 1-2-3 in the top of the second, bottom two when we come back on the WVU Medicine High School Grand Slam.
If you're a former or active coal miner who's worked or is currently working in an environment exposing you to potential breathing hazards, schedule your test for the Black Lung Clinic at WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital today. Call 304-843-3307 to stop black lung from stealing your time.
Not all awards carry the same weight. That's why at Plexiderm, we set out to create the best of the best. A product so effective, you'll see results in just minutes. In almost no time, those dreaded under-eye bags, fine lines, and wrinkles visibly disappear from view.
Plexiderm works. It took away all the wrinkles, all the puffiness. You can see it in my face.
Wow. That's incredible. There's been creams, there's been lotions, concealers. Nothing works like this.
Are you serious? Like I look 15 years younger. Are you sure it's not the mirror?
Plexiderm won Editor's Choice Awards from E!, Elle Magazine, and most recently, Women's Health. Now those are real trophies. And now you can try Plexiderm for just $14.95 with free shipping. Go online, call now, or scan the QR code on your screen. Join the millions who've discovered why Plexiderm isn't just good, it's the best.
Attention all active and former coal miners. If you worked or are currently working in an environment that exposes you to potential breathing hazards, a screening for respiratory health problems is recommended. Call WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital at 304-843-3307 to schedule a screening today.
Bottom of the second, Indian Creek leading Harrison Central 3-0. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Redskins or the Huskies in front of this Redskins defense. Rusnak behind the dish, James Brothers, Max Lane, Gavin Pinal, Dom De Grutola, the infield, Logan Wedlake, Ian Starkey, Silas Hyde, the outfield for Indian Creek. Hunter Snyder leads it off, 333 at the dish, 4 doubles, 10 runs batted in.
Jack, I think it's some action in the Harrison bullpen, so I don't know if that's an indication that they're going to change pitchers or not. Because that was a shot off the bat.
Colton Rudder is supposed to be on deck, but instead it's Zach Harbaugh.
Yeah, they're going to take him out. Be sure. Yeah, that was a bullet. You know, with the advent of this, a long time ago, these aluminum bats, the ball comes off at terrific speed.
Snyder takes strike one, the count even at 1.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be okay. Just be really sore if it hit him in the shoulder because that was a bullet.
Softly hit towards short. Pinal fields it on a hop. Hard throw on a first in time to get Hunter Snyder for out number 1.
Good arm there. What you got to do on that ball? I go back to the old Coach Perry Hill. He had a theory. We have dirt, we have turf out in front of the plate. When the ball hits in front of the plate, charge the ball. Don't back up on it. He got away with that because of his good arm. But when the ball, our formula is ball hits dirt, charge. Because it's good. If it bounces twice on that second hop, it's going to eat you up. He was fortunate to get it, and with his arm, he was out by a step. But when that ball hits in front of the plate, come get the ball.
So the day done for Colton Rudder, and again, our best wishes to him because that was a hot shot back up the middle. This was his spot in the order. In there now is Zach Harbold with one away. This one skied up back behind the dish. Rusnak over on it, and he makes the catch for out number 2.
Now batting for the Huskies, number 13.
One pitch, one out. Cash Meadows digs in with 2 away.
Yeah, somebody asked me a while back if they thought big leaguers could use aluminum, and I went, whoa, you don't want to do that.
Imagine if Aaron Judge had an aluminum bat. He hit the ball 700 feet.
You don't want to do that. With the speed it's coming in and the speed it's leaving, yikes.
First pitch outside to Meadows, 400 at the dish, 5 RBI. Like if O'Neal Cruz can hit the ball 120 miles an hour with a wood bat.
Yeah. And it's a big adjustment for some of these college kids or high school kids to go into pro ball because you use aluminum since you're 8 years old, and then they put a piece of wood in your hand. I'm telling you, it's different. These kids don't know what it's like to get sawed off inside. You get sawed off now and you get a double.
Count 0-2 to Cash Meadows. Heath's offering is a breaking ball that misses low for ball 1. Efficient stuff so far for the sophomore Parker Heath on the mound for Mike Gaudis in Indian Creek. 19 pitches, 15 of them for strikes. 2 away here in the second. Missed outside.
Yeah, that's a good formula. Throw strikes. Make the guys hit the ball, put it in play. I've said it a million times. Trust your infielders and outfielders.
This one hit behind the bag at second. In on it is Starkey, the center fielder, charging in to make the catch for the final out of the inning. 1, 2, 3 for Parker Heath in Indian Creek defensively. We're through 2. Indian Creek leads at 3-0 on the WVU Medicine High School Grand Slam.
In all you do, your heart's with you. Pounding, fluttering, melting, singing. And we want to understand it on every level. So every single day, we're at the forefront. Advancing, transforming, treating, combining human kindness and clinical excellence. Also, you know that here, your heart's in the right place.
Great philosopher Socrates once said, "To find yourself, think for yourself." Great philosopher Arby's once said, "Here's some Greek euros, 2 for $7." Arby's, we have the meat.
News 9 is truly everywhere thanks to Skyview 9 with twice the power to help discover breaking news.
You can see the scope following a significant rock slide from this Skyview 9 video.
Explore must-see attractions and provide an unmatched view of the Ohio Valley. Experience more and know more about what is happening in places like Harrison County, Hancock County, even right down to your community. 2 drones, 1 great news team, unlimited reach. Sponsored by WVU Medicine Weirton Medical Center. Good news, football fans. It's draft time. The Steel City has the 21st pick. So fire up the TV, clear off the couch, and keep the wings and pizza coming. The Yinzers Draft Night Live, only on Fox 9.
Good to see Colton Rudder back out there. Now, the rule is in that situation, you're allowed a pinch hitter, and because there was a situation where he was potentially shaken up, they allow the opportunity to re-enter the ball game. So he does. He's back out there for the 3rd inning, which is good to see because, again, that was a hot shot back up the middle that he took. It seemed like right off of that right shoulder.
Yeah, good to see him back. I didn't know that was a rule, but it's a good rule. I never wanted to see a kid hit like that. I mean, that was close.
Silas Hyde up there for the second time, I should say, here in the top of the 3rd. Skies one to center field. Gloved by Crothers, out number 1.
You know, going back to the last inning, the last out, Starkey made that play look routine. Great athlete, quarterback on Indian Creek's team, and that was an athletic move to get a good jump on that ball and make it look routine. It wasn't routine at all.
Brothers swings at a first pitch. This one hit off the middle of the bat, almost caught by Meadows at second base. Tough play as Brothers boards first base safely. Tough play for the second baseman, Meadows, ranging back and one of those little tweener shots between second base and right field.
Those are the hardest ones to judge. Like I say, you're running backwards. You got to backhand the ball. You have to catch it perfectly in your pocket usually.
This one hit away is Luke McVicker into left field. Looking up at it is Warrington, and it's over his head and over the wall for an automatic double. So Brothers trots over to third, and it's a double for McVicker, his third of the season. Second and third, one out. Good piece of hitting there for the DH, Luke McVicker.
You're seeing now why Creek is rated #1 in the state. They have hitters up and down this lineup who can hit the ball to the wall and over the wall. Not usually in a lineup, there's a couple guys where you have an easy inning or two, not with this team.
So McVicker an RBI single in the first, automatic double here in the third. He's 2 for 2 aboard second base. James Brothers a pair of singles. He's also 2 for 2.
Yeah, Harrison has to play up here, throw the guy out the plate.
Max Lane walked and was stranded on third his last time up. Chops one foul towards third base. Mike Cottis, the head coach and third base coach for Indian Creek, almost bare hand snagging it.
And you have to know, if you're the runner on second here, you have to know whether the guy on third is going on contact or not. You can't just take off. So there has to be a sign from the coach to the guy out second. Is my guy going on contact at third or not?
0-2. Inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Max Lane.
Yeah, the infield, any ball hits, they're coming home if the runner goes home. If not, then you check him and then throw to first.
Swing and a miss. Got him, strike 3. The second punch out of the game for Rudder. 2 away. Logan Wedlake digs in now with runners on second and third.
Yeah, runner on third here. You know, you can get way down the line. The third baseman's back in case the ball was thrown in the dirt, or you can get a good jump home. Just look at your third baseman. You get off as far as he is. If he's 20 feet off, then you get 20 feet off.
Wedlake grounded into a fielder's choice and was stranded on second in the first. Takes a 1-0 pitch outside, 2-0 the count. 3 runs on 3 hits for Indian Creek in the first. They went down 1-2-3 in the second. Have second and third, 2 outs here in the third. Wedlake late on that one, 2-1. Good offering there from Colton Rudder.
And then if you're the runner at third, if you watch the first couple innings, the catcher tried to pick off the guy at third, so you have to be alive. And when you go back to the base, go back inside the base. So if the ball hits you in the back.
2-2 after the foul ball out of play. Indian Creek 10-0, the #1 team in Ohio Division III. Harrison Central ranked 3rd in Ohio Division 5, 9-2 on the 2026 campaign. 2-2. Breaking pitch upstairs, count runs full. Both teams near the top of OVAC Class 4A. Of course, the top 4 teams in the OVAC classifications make the OVAC playoffs. So as it stands right now, both of these teams on a collision course for an OVAC championship as well. Fly ball into left field. It's the shortstop, Smith, ranging over to make the catch, and the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners stranded on base as Rudder and the Huskies get out of it unscathed. Still 3-0 Indian Creek. Bottom of the third when we come back.
My name is Patrick Storer, and I'm a physical therapist with WVU Medicine. A lot of people in the Valley have the misconception that you need to leave the area to get a good joint replacement. I've been a physical therapist in the Valley for 32 years. I've rehabbed countless numbers of total knee, total hip replacement patients. The techniques that they use here are just as advanced as anyone else, and the outcomes. That's what I look at as a therapist. The outcomes are just as good, if not better, than anybody else.
If you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, well, your favorite attorney has a message for you. Collision, calamity, catastrophe? Are you innocent, faultless, above reproach? If you want money, you need an attorney. You need a bulldog. But finding one, it's laborious, it's strenuous, it's stupefying. That's why you gotta call the number on your screen now. They'll help you connect to a legal expert. You have questions, they have answers. They know the legalese, the lingo, the jargon, and the argot. They'll even tell you how much money your case could be worth. $300,000, $2 million, $86,491, all sorts of numbers. Slip and falls, work accidents, car, truck, bus, motorcycle, motorbike, e-bike, tandem bike. These bulldogs will make sure people pay. And if you don't get paid, the attorneys don't get paid, and I don't get paid. So I compel you, I implore you, I beseech you to pick up that phone and call now to see what your case could be worth.
800-373-0500.
Welcome back to Mazeroski Field in the WVU Medicine High School Grand Slam Baseball 2026. Indian Creek leading it 3-0 over Harrison Central as Brady McAfee steps in. 8-9-1, 2 up for Mike Valesco's squad here in the bottom of the third, looking to get something started. Parker Heath and the Redskins have not allowed a hit to this point in the ballgame.
Yeah, this Huskies right here, they see Parker's thrown all strikes. Attack that first pitch. No hits so far, but looks like he's not going to walk people, so go right out the first pitch and be aggressive.
There it is again, strike one on the outside corner. Brady McAfee, 304 on the season, 3 runs batted in. On the ground towards second. Routine play for Max Lane on the first. 2 pitches, 1 out in the third.
Yeah, make it look easy, but that's the way you do it. Throw strikes, make them hit the ball, put the ball in play, make your routine play. So far they have.
The number 9 hitter is Trey Dunphy, the DH. 0 for 4 on the season. Efficient stuff from Parker Heath. 2 1/3 innings, and he's thrown 23 pitches.
Yeah, Creek has, like you say, they have a good chance to move on because of guys like him and Hyde. They have the pitching, they throw strikes, and boy, their offense is dynamic.
1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1. In the last couple of years when Mike Cottis and the Redskins were able to go on a run, it was Sal Barkalow and Silas Hyde, and it seems like the next man up is Parker Heath, the sophomore. Gavin Pinal provides innings on the bump as well. 1-1. Foul ball past the first base side. Next up for both squads, Harrison Central back at home tomorrow against the Big Reds of Belair, and then Indian Creek on the road Monday against the Jefferson County rival and the Wildcats of Edison. And Edison, as I check my notes, 3rd in OVAC Class 4A. 1-2 from Heath. Upstairs, 2-2. That's another program in Mike Colopy in Richmond, Ohio that's been successful for a very long time and just consistent. You know what you're getting in Edison baseball year in and year out.
Yep, very, very solid, and any year they could pop up and be a tournament contender.
2-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. 2 away as the order turns over. The second strikeout of the game for Parker Heath.
That's the ideal 2-strike pitch on the black on the outside. Boy, pretty hard to cover. But when you get 2 strikes, you have to widen your strike zone.
Ball 1 outside to Lance Smith.
Yeah, if you're facing your leadoff hitter, you want to face him with 2 outs and no 1 on. You don't want to face him leading off the inning.
Grounded out to the pitcher the last time up. This one grounded towards second. Lane made the first out and makes the final out of inning number 3. 1-2-3. Go the Huskies in order. We're through 3, and Indian Creek has 3 runs on the board. Harrison Central, nothing. Back for the 4th in a couple of minutes.
If you're a former or active coal miner who's worked or is currently working in an environment exposing you to potential breathing hazards, schedule your test for the Black Lung Clinic at WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital today. Call 304-843-3307 to stop black lung from stealing your time.
This is the Project Lead the Way pre-engineering program.
I enjoy it because it teaches me valuable skills like stuff I wouldn't experience, like metalworking.
The program is designed to give kids the background that they might need, especially if they're wanting to pursue a career in engineering.
I have personally learned a bunch about this machine and others, such as the plasma and laser.
Brooke County is the place to be.
Attention all active and former coal miners. If you worked or are currently working in an environment that exposes you to potential breathing hazards, a screening for respiratory health problems is recommended. Call WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital at 304-843-3307 to schedule a screening today.
Three 0 after 3. 30 pitches in 3 innings for Parker Heath. Rich Donnelly, that's about as efficient as it gets.
That's exactly what you want to do. That's a Greg Maddux type performance. 10 pitches an inning. Boy, it helps you. It helps the manager manage the bullpen. You don't have to worry about running out of pitching. With all these pitch counts they have nowadays, you know, this kid can go deep into a game.
Swinging at a first pitch is Parker Heath. Check that. Designated hitter, pinch hitter into the game for Indian Creek. One pitch and one out as number 9, Tanner Goodwin, checked in to hit.
Yeah, nice play on both sides. Third baseman made a nice backhand, and the first baseman made a good save, and not in the dirt, in the turf over there.
One out for Ian Starkey. Two balls and no strikes to him. Blew out his last time up. That one skips back to the backstop. 3-0 is Starkey quickly ahead.
Like I mentioned before, Ian, really good athlete, wrestler, quarterback, and he patrols center field really good, and he's a pretty good hitter.
Takes a 3-0 pitch for strike one. One of our finalists for the Big 22 Player of the Year at our high school football award show back in December. 3-1 off the bat. Looked like Starkey tried to hold up but couldn't get the bat out of the way. Luckily, it's a foul ball, and the count runs 3-2.
Yeah, that's the only way I hit, if the bat got in the way of the ball.
3-2. Swing and a miss, got him, strike 3. Third punch out of the game for Rudder. 2 away, 2 quick outs. As the order now flips over, Gavin Pinal, his third plate appearance of the afternoon. Gorgeous afternoon.
Yeah, Gavin's the kind of guy, 2 outs, he can get that double for you, or you get to get on first, steal that base. So with 2 outs, still a threat to score here.
Walked and scored his first time up, flew out in the second, takes ball 1 outside. This one hit on the ground and past the shortstop diving Smith. A 2-out single for Gavin Pinal. And Hunter Rusnak steps in with 2 away.
Yeah, he stole base last time, so you have to be aware here. 2 outs, good time to go. And if he gets thrown out, you still have the top of your order up for the next inning. So let's watch here and see if he gets a good jump and takes off.
Ground out to third for Rusnak his last time around, but that rocket shot RBI double to make it 2-0 back in the first. Takes a breaking pitch that misses upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Pinal, as you see, leading off first. 5 stolen bases this season. Rudder checks him. Pinal stays put, fouled back, 1-1.
Yeah, looks like he wants to go over there. Sometimes as a runner, you could time the pitcher. Like if he comes set and then throws, comes set and throws, you time him. As soon as he comes set, boom, take off.
Time called. The toes for Hunter Rusnak in that right-handed batter's box on the white. The Rusnak crowding the plate here with a 1-1 count.
Yeah, he's right on top, isn't he? Right on that white line with both feet. Well, the other foot just moved.
Pinal thinking about it and takes off. Pitch, called a strike. Throw down from Miser is not in time. Gavin Pinal swipes second. And with 2 outs and 2 strikes, Rusnak an opportunity to drive him in.
Yeah, good read there. He got a breaking ball. Catcher made a nice throw, but the combination of the pitcher and the catcher wasn't fast enough to get him. Just got in there. Got a good breaking ball to go. Now scoring position.
1-2. Hit in the air the other way towards right field. Back at it is Meadows, and it's over his head. Rounding third and coming home is Gavin Pinal. And it's 4-0 Indian Creek. A 2 RBI day for Hunter Rusnak.
Again, that's why they're so dangerous offensively. They not only hit, they got good speed, and speed there got them a run.
One more look at it. This thing hit the other way off of the middle of the bat from Hunter Rusnak. I feel for Parker Meadows because that's the second or third play that he's had that are just so tough at second base. 2-hit day, a 2 RBI day for Rusnak. It's 4-0 Indian Creek as Silas Hyde digs in with 2 away. Takes ball 1.
Yeah, Creek's doing the right thing when you get a lead like that and have a good pitcher. Want to add on as the game goes on. Just add 1 here and there.
Rusnak takes off. Miser's going to throw
Tough
it down.
pitch,
Not in time. A stolen base for Rusnak. His 4th of the season.
That was almost impossible pitch to throw out. The ball was way outside. The catcher had to really move way over and no chance. So again, Creek has a runner in scoring position.
Hyde's 2-0. Hangs up enough for the left fielder Warrington to make the catch. Side retired. But Indian Creek, 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, a man left. 4-0 Redskins as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Here from Mazeroski Field.
Medicine. Here, it's more than a practice. It's a promise. To get you home sooner and get you back out there. To push the boundaries of what convention says is possible. To stop at nothing, no matter what. That's why medicine is in everything we do.
Hey kids, are you ready for the best birthday ever? At Seven Ranges Entertainment, we've got everything. Bowling, arcade games, great food and fun. And parents, we handle it all. That's right. You just show up and enjoy the party. Birthday packages for all ages. Customizable, affordable, and unforgettable. Book your party now at sevenrangesentertainment.com.
When it comes to reliable garage door installation and service, count on the team your neighbors trust. Wayne Door Sales. From Wintersville and St. Clairsville, we're here with dependable products and service you can rely on every time. Wayne Door Sales, your local garage door experts.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
One run on 2 hits in the top of the 4th for Indian Creek to expand the lead. They're up 4-0. The offense, Rich Donnelly coming through in the clutch when they need it, especially at the top of the order. But the story of this game so far, the sophomore Parker Heath, through 3 innings, has not allowed a hit. 30 pitches through 3 innings as well for the sophomore.
Yeah, that's a good combination for Creek. Their pitcher hasn't given up any hits or runs, and their offense has been really good, hitting 7 hits. They have good base running. And I'll tell you what, there's not too many outs in their lineup. Like you said before, I think their team bat average is way over 300. So that means the guys at the end of the order are also hitting.
Due up now for Harrison Central in the bottom of the fourth. Good spot in the lineup. 2, 3, and 4. As Crothers lays down a bunt that trickles into the right-handed or left-handed batter's box. Foul, 0-1. 2, 3, and 4, as I mentioned, due up for the Huskies here in the fourth. It'll be Crothers, then Gage Stone King, then Colton Miser. Crothers, a freshman in the lineup for Mike Valesco. 2 seniors, 3 juniors, 3 sophomores, and a freshman. An infusion of youth. Still a 9-2 start to the season. Very impressive. Foul back 0-2.
Yeah, these young players playing in a varsity game at that young age, there's nothing better. You can practice all you want. You got to play in these games, play against older kids, so that when you get to be a junior and senior, then you do the damage. So, real great experience for this. That's why this program is so good.
0-2 from Heath. Foul back on a breaking ball. Crothers hanging in there. Struck out his last time up. Gorgeous day for baseball here in Harrison County and in Cadiz, Ohio. 76 degrees at first pitch. Sun shining. Shorts and T-shirts being worn by the patrons in attendance. All for it to go back down to like 40 degrees in a couple of days.
That's perfect. Thanks, Jeff. And Emma, thank you.
Anytime anybody out in public asks me about the weather, I just say, well, don't blame me. I do sports.
Yeah, give him Jeff's number.
Yep, 1-2. Foul back. Crothers hanging in there.
In this ballpark, there's not a bad seat in the whole park. It's beautiful. It's really close to being a minor league park. You have your clubhouses right adjacent to the dugout, and you got the good field.
Home plate umpire Mike Cox out to chat with Parker Heath.
I think they're giving the catcher a little break. Sometimes the umpire does this when the catcher gets dinged. They give him about 30 seconds.
He looks okay.
He's a tough kid.
You gotta, you've got to be to play back there. I mean,
do you?
I think so.
You're gonna be stupid.
Well, you did it.
That's what I said. I'm glad my dad and brother made me a catcher. So
1-2, hit in the air, shallow center field. Back Pinal in Starkey. Ian Starkey makes the play and the catch for out number 1. Lengthy at bat for Colson Crothers for out number 1. And Gage Stone King, the 3-hitter, digs in. The junior hitting .469 this season. The lone base runner of the day for Harrison Central. An errant throw from the second baseman Lane put him on board with 2 away in the top or the bottom of the first. Strike 1.
Yeah, Heath has a beautiful delivery. Like I said before, he's compact. His legs aren't flying all over the place. And going from a set position, like there's a runner on first, I think helps him out a lot.
This one, hot shot back up the middle. And that's the first hit of the game for the Huskies as Gage Stone King is aboard with 1 away here in the 4th inning.
Up to bat for the Huskies.
Yeah, I can say that's okay. It's a ground ball that found the hole. But still want to stay with the formula that's got him this far. Stay ahead, throw strikes, get that first pitch over, and rely on your defense.
3 1/3 no-hit innings for Parker Heath. Just the second base runner of the game for Harrison Central as Colton Miser digs in. Takes strike 1 on the black outside corner.
And when your pitcher throws strikes and works fast and you're in the field, it makes you alert. If you got a guy out there, ball 1, ball 2, ball 3, you're looking up in the sky and you're not ready. You're not. But if you have a guy throw strikes, you're ready every pitch.
Well, that's a good response, too. You give up your first hit of the game halfway through your start. Obviously, you want to keep it going, but how do you come back from that first pitch strike?
Yeah, you just got to, you know what? He seems like he's been out on that mound before. He knows what he's doing.
Breaking pitch on the outside corner, called strike. It's 1-2 to Miser. Stone King on first has 5 swipe bags this season. Middle infield, Pinal and Lane at double play depth. This one hit the other way into right field. Is it going to hang up? Yes, it will for Silas Hyde, but he can't make the catch. In and out of his glove as Colton Miser aboards first base with
Now up to bat.
An error?
15.
Yeah, Harrison got a break there. If that ball's caught, it's a double play because the runner at first was 3/4 of the way to second base.
And with Hyde charging in on it, too.
Yeah. And if he catches it, it's a double play that ends the inning. But Harrison got a break. See if they can capitalize on it now.
First and second, one away. Hunter Snyder, the sophomore in there who grounded out in the second inning. First pitch, first strike. Despite only having 3 base runners in the game, the last time that Stone King was up was the lone base runner did steal second. So Parker Heath has dealt with a runner in scoring position at one point in this contest, but not yet with 2 base runners. First and second, one away in the bottom of the 4th. Heath steps off. Nobody home to throw it to at second base, keeping Stone King honest.
Yeah, they weren't on the same page. Pinnell was going the other way on the pickoff, so I think it was just a reaction play for the pitcher. He just turned and threw on his own.
Foul bat. 0-2.
Yeah, when you're down 4-0, you want to play a little defensively on offense. What's that mean? That means you don't want to get doubled off on a line drive. You don't want to get picked off. You want to play station to station. Don't take chances on the bases. Just try to play normal. Try to get back in the game.
Heath comes set. Stone King on second. Miser on first. 0-2. Breaking ball. Try to get Snyder to offer at it. He held up 1-2.
And when you're behind on a base runner, if the ball's in the dirt to the catcher, you have to make sure you can make it. You don't, like I say, when you're behind, you don't take chances and give outs up. Let the hitters hit.
On the ground, Pinnell at short, on to second for 1, and that'll be all. They're going to throw it over there to first base anyway, but Brothers able to go over and make the catch. They get an out, 6-4, 2 away, and in there comes Colton Rudder back in there for his second plate appearance. Actually, his first plate appearance of the game. Got hit with that line drive in the top of the second. Was pinch hit for in the bottom of the second, so this is the first time Rudder sees the batter's box today.
Yeah, Relsting just went out and gave a sign, whatever they're doing. With first and third, whether you're throwing through, throwing to third, holding the ball, so you got to let your infielders know so they don't cover when they don't have to.
Stone King moves up to third on the fielder's choice. Runners on the corners, 2 away. Breaking ball outside for Rudder, 1-0. Colton Rudder, one of 2 seniors in the lineup. A .324 hitter has 2 doubles and 9 runs batted in. Stone King on third, Snyder on first. This one gets away. It's going to give the opportunity for Stone King to come home. It looked like he thought about it, stopped, thought about it, stopped, and retreats back to third base.
Yeah, once he stopped, that was it. Because if he would have went after he stopped, they would have thrown him out. Heath covered home. Good hustle play by Resnick to get that ball. Yeah, on that, like I say, we talked before, on a wild pitch, you have to make sure when you're behind like this, you can score standing up. You don't want to be tagged out on a close play. Make sure you can score. Now they're in good position to get a single here and get back in this game.
Yeah, Snyder moved up to second on the wild pitch, so second and third, 2 away. A couple of runners in scoring position for Rudder, who tries to help himself out on the mound. Takes a ball upstairs, 2-0.
Yeah, 3-0 here.
3-0, I should say.
3-0 here, I would assume the take is on. Try to get that tying run at the plate.
(3-0) Take on, take strike. 3-1.
3-1 here. I would assume he's on. He's got the green light. See if he can drive in a couple runs here.
Count full after the foul ball. 3-2. It's a big moment here for Harrison Central.
Yeah, base hit back, and you're right back in the game. Be aggressive, like I say, protect the plate. Just try to put the ball in play here. You know, you're pretty sure he's going to get a strike or close to it. So unless the ball's 10 feet over his head or in the dirt, you got to be aggressive here.
Cash Meadows on deck should the inning continue. 3-2 offering from Heath. We'll do it again.
funny, you're down 4-0. You seem like you're out of the game, and you're right here. You're one hit away from being right there.
Called strike 3 on the outer third, and Parker Heath is fired up. Second and third with 2 away, and Harrison Central kept off the scoreboard. No runs on 1 hit and error, and a man left, 2 men left, as the shutout is still on for Indian Creek, who leads at 4-0 after 4.
If you're a former or active coal miner who's worked or is currently working in an environment exposing you to potential breathing hazards, schedule your test for the Black Lung Clinic at WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital today. Call 304-843-3307 to stop black lung from stealing your time.
We've all heard the term, time is money. But at First Choice America, time can save you money. Here's how. You've searched all over for the perfect deal on just the right car, but now you need the perfect financing. Take the time to call First Choice America, and you'll discover low, great rates, flexible terms to fit any budget, and no application fees. Plus, you'll receive $250 cash. First Choice America, where time can save you money.
Meet the new Massey Ferguson 1GC Series subcompact tractor. These small but mighty machines help you get more done on your property. They're easy to operate for first-time owners and packed with power. Mow, haul, dig, and clear brush, all without breaking a sweat. Plus, with a wide array of attachment options, you can work through every season with ease. From summer mowing to winter snow removal, the MF1GC Series does it all. Learn more at MasseyFerguson.com or visit DJ Sales and Service today.
Attention all active and former coal miners. If you worked or are currently working in an environment that exposes you to potential breathing hazards, a screening for respiratory health problems is recommended. Call WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital at 304-843-3307 to schedule a screening today.
Parker Heath fired up after his third strikeout to end the 4th inning, and rightfully so. The first sort of sign of adversity that he saw. Second and third, full count with 2 away, an opportunity for Harrison Central to cut the deficit in half, and a good pitch on the outside corner called for strike 3 as Heath keeps the Huskies scoreless. Harrison Central leading at Greek leading at 4-0 here on the top of the 5th.
Yeah, that was a pitcher's pitch right on the black, beautifully executed, and it really lifts up your team when you're in trouble like that. And then now Creek could come back if they add 1. Man, if they add 1, then the Huskies got to get 6 runs to win. So what you try to do when you get ahead, maybe try to add 1 here and there, make it tougher.
James Brothers leading it off here in the top of the 5th. It's grounded left side and through for a base hit. Brothers aboard for the 3rd time today. 3 for 3. That works.
Like I say, there's
good day at the office.
Not too many easy outs in this lineup. I mean, 1-9, really good. Let's see if they try to sacrifice here. We're going to have a pinch runner, I believe. So that makes it even more chance that they're going to bunt.
Happen to catch a jersey number trot out there?
I did not.
Pinch runner diving back in safely.
What number?
13, that is Caleb Lyons. Sophomore, pinch running for James Brothers. Courtesy running, I should say. Lyons with a good secondary lead as this one's popped up. McVicker, shallow right field. Back on it is the second baseman, Meadows. Finally an easy play for Mr. Meadows, backing up there to second base. He's been dealt with a couple of tough ones. Makes the catch there for out number 1. 1 away for Max Lane. Walked and struck out so far. It's actually the first time McVicker hasn't reached base as well. He was 2 for 2 entering that plate appearance. Called strike 1 to Max Lane. Ryder back out there for his 5th inning of work.
Yeah, let's see if Creek runs here. Usually when you put a pinch runner in, pretty good chance he might take off.
He does. Ball upstairs, throw down. Lyons slides in head first safely as the throw's off the mark. So a stolen base for the courtesy runner, Lyons.
Yeah, usually, like I say, when they put a pinch runner in, he's going to steal or they're going to bunt. They're going to do something. I know as a catcher, every time they put one in, I went, oh, Lord, here we go. And you want your pitcher to be quick to home so you have a chance to throw him out. He was slow to home. Catcher had to make a great throw, and he got it a little high.
1-1 pitch, a strike, 1-2. Some scores elsewhere. St. Clairsville 3, Cambridge 0. That game in the top of the 5th inning. John Marshall and Hedgesville tied at 3. Mark Caesar's squad off to a good start this season. That one upstairs 2-2. Weir High leading Steubenville Catholic Central on the diamond 7-1 in the top of the 5th inning. And Wheeling Central softball leading Tyler Consolidated 11-0. 2-2 downstairs to Lane, top of the 5th. And the Lady Knights have the bases juiced.
Yeah, we got the opportunity to watch them last night. They got a really good team. Really good players.
Steubenville Big Red picking up a big win over Indian Valley, 2-1 yesterday. Chopped left side. Third baseman is Stone King. On to first. Long throw in time, and it moves the runner Lyons over from second to third. 2 away. Run 5, 90 feet away. 2 outs for Logan Wedlake. So Max Lane now 0 for 2 with a walk in the first inning. 4-0 Indian Creek here at Mazeroski Field in Cadiz. Jack Hillgrove and Rich Donnelly joining you for WV Medicine High School Grand Slam Baseball. Outside ball one.
Good base running there. They put him into pinch run. He steals, and then he advances to third. Now he can score on an error, a hit, or a wild pitch or pass ball.
And you'll be with me on Monday as well, correct?
Correct.
Brooke hosting St. Clairsville on our next broadcast. Base hit into left field, and that's going to score a run. Good job there. Logan Wedlake an RBI to make it 5-0. Wedlake's 8th run batted in this season as the Redskins expand the lead.
That's where that speed comes into play. That's why they're so hard to defense. They have speed, they have power, they have pitching, they have hitting. And right there you had a pinch runner, stole a base, moved to third, scored on the hit. That's the way you play the game.
5-0 Indian Creek. Marker Heath, grounder to short. Smith, good throw on the first, inning over, but Indian Creek adds one on 3 hits. No errors, and a man stranded. 5-0 Redskins in the 5th, bottom half of inning number 5 when we come back.
In all you do, your heart's with you. Pounding, fluttering, melting, singing. And we want to understand it on every level. So every single day, we're at the forefront. Advancing, transforming, treating, combining human kindness and clinical excellence. Also, you know that here, your heart's in the right place.
Ms. Dawn's First Class Commercial Cleaning is a commercial and industrial cleaning company founded in 2016 by owner Ms. Dawn. Built on a hands-on approach, the team delivers reliable service and consistent results across the tri-state area. With 2 locations to serve you, 220 South Street in Steubenville and 3601 Main Street in Weirton, West Virginia. Ms. Dawn's is ready when your business needs it.
At Brooke County Schools, innovation takes off through Project Lead the Way. Our students work every day with the latest industry standard equipment, from plasma cutters to state-of-the-art engravers. In a high-demand health profession, our students are challenged every day with real lab experiences. Students explore cutting-edge technology, including a full drone course and competitive drone teams that take learning to new heights. Project Lead the Way. It's more than a class. It's your launch pad to the future. Brooke County Schools, the place to be.
Bottom of the 5th, Harrison Central trailing at 5-0 as Indian Creek adds 1 run on 3 hits in the top half of inning number 5. 7-8-9 due up for the Huskies. Cash Meadows, Brady McAfee, and Trey Dunphy due up here in the home half of the 5th inning.
Yeah, it's such a luxury, like we talked about. When you're ahead 3-0, 4-0, you don't have to score like 5 or 6 runs. You just score 1 here and there. Like I say, they score 5, they got to score 6 to beat you. And they executed perfectly there with the good base running.
Always a fan of good walk-up songs. Cash Meadows walking out here at Mazeroski Field to Shane McMahon's WWE theme. Here comes the money. Makes sense if your first name is Cash. First pitch, called a strike. Parker Heath has been phenomenal. Didn't allow a hit until 1 out in the 4th inning. And when the bases, or when there were 2 runners in scoring position with 2 away, a big-time strikeout to end the inning. And he has been efficient. 0-1. Called a strike again. 0-2 to the leadoff batter here in the home half of the 5th.
If he ever would go to the Jefferson County State Fair, I have a feeling he would come home with about 6 stuffed animals, because he would knock them bottles off the shelf right and left.
This one offered at and fouled out of play. Always a good way to impress the lady folk as well.
Oh, absolutely. Take her girl there and win about 3 or 4 big bears for her. Of course, the first time he threw the ball at God, we'd go, hey, you're done. You're not throwing.
Yeah, at some point you got to cut them off.
You just broke the bottles,
You're going to run out of inventory, break bottles. Yeah, it just doesn't go well for the guy operating the game. 0-2 on a ground. Tough play for Lane. Dove at it. Couldn't glove it. That is a leadoff base runner for the Huskies. Cash Meadows aboard.
Up to bat for the Huskies.
And that's what you're supposed to do with 2 strikes. Use the whole field if the ball was outside, like he did. Go the other way with it. Second baseman would have had to play make a diving play. So good hitting and a good effort by the second baseman.
Leadoff base runner. Leadoff base hit for Harrison Central. Cash Meadows aboard with a leadoff single. Brady McAfee, the senior, digging in. Offered at the first one and missed. 0-1, grounded out his last time up. Another wrestling walkout song. Randy Orton's theme.
Randy Orton.
The Viper.
I think we got the WrestleMania tomorrow, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wonder if McAfee will be in that. He was in.
Well, it's funny that Brady McAfee is walking out to that song because Pat McAfee.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I watched McAfee the other week. He was on there doing everything, you know. He's become a star in the WWE.
And in the sports landscape, Pat McAfee is quite literally everywhere. 1-1 from Heath.
Jack, I probably told you this. I was managing in Greenville, South Carolina, and my third baseman on the other team, the Orangeburg Cardinals, was a guy named Randy Poffo, and he come over, he says, Coach.
This is one of my, for all the stories you have told, this is my favorite one.
Well, we get a moment here.
2-1. In the air, foul.
Yeah, he comes over, he says, Coach, I just want to say goodbye and thank you. I said, what's the matter, Randy? What are you doing? Quit? And he goes, well, I'm going to quit. I can't hit no more. I'm hitting 190, and I'm going to try pro wrestling. And I went, oh, that's nice, son. Good luck to you. Well, about a year later, I turn on TV. Randy Poffo became Randy the Macho Man Savage. How's that?
Unbelievable. 2-1 offered at miss. 2-2. Actually, got behind there. I apologize. That's a strikeout for Parker Heath. His fourth of the game. One away. Randy Savage.
He couldn't hit the slider, but man, did he. What was his Miss Elizabeth? Was that his girlfriend in the ring or something? I don't know. But he turned into a monster. He was like the most successful wrestler of that era. And he's a third baseman for the Orangeburg Cardinals.
You told me that for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and I could not believe it. One away as Dunphy skies one to the left field. Over at it is Wedlake, 2 away.
Yeah, I was just stunned when I saw him on there. And I heard about it. I saw him, and they said he played minor league baseball. And I went and looked up his name, and I went, that's Randy. That's Randy Poffo, Orangeburg Cardinals. He hit 210. Jimmy Pearsall was his manager. What a crew.
Top of the order now for the Huskies. Lance Smith's third time around. 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. Huskies trail at 5-0. Leading off first is Cash Meadows, who led the inning off with a single. Throwback down from Rusnak is off the mark.
Yeah, good snap throw. Almost had him leaning. You got to be careful. Like I said before, when you're down, play conservative. Do not get picked off. Do not get doubled off.
This one hit hard. Wow. The shortstop, Gavin Pinal, who gloves it on a line to end the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, a man left. We're through 5. Creek up 5. 5-0 on the WVU Medicine High School Grand Slam.
Meet the new Massey Ferguson 1GC Series subcompact tractor. These small but mighty machines help you get more done on your property. They're easy to operate for first-time owners and packed with power. Mow, haul, dig, and clear brush, all without breaking a sweat. Plus, with a wide array of attachment options, you can work through every season with ease. From summer mowing to winter snow removal, the MF1GC Series does it all. Learn more at MasseyFerguson.com or visit DJ Sales and Service today.
At Heritage Complete Home Care, we're more than a medical equipment company. We're your neighbors. As a local family-owned company serving the Ohio Valley since 1990, we understand what quality care at home truly means. Whether you need oxygen, sleep therapy services, hospital beds, or essential medical supplies like catheters, ostomy products, and incontinence items, our experienced team is here to make life easier, safer, and more comfortable. Because at Heritage Complete Home Care, we're bringing the best care home to you.
What could you do with some extra cash in your pocket? Let First Choice America help you to lower your monthly expenses by refinancing your auto loan. Switch and save today. It's easy. Plus, you'll get $250 cash in your pocket to use however you like. It's a great opportunity to tune up your finances. Enjoy low great rates, flexible terms, and no application fees. First Choice America, your first choice for refinancing.
A lot of talk about, obviously, Paul Skeens the last couple of years for the Pirates. Connor Griffin up, and it looks like the 2025 first-round selection for the Pirates, Seth Hernandez, Rich, is the next one. Today, 5 innings in a start in low A, struck out 8, and had 11 whiffs. And through 3 low A starts, Hernandez a .75 ERA, and he was a high schooler at this time last year.
Yeah, he'll be PNC sooner than later. I talked to Pirate coach Gary Green, and he said he's the real deal. I said it's hard to compare him to Skeens and Keller, but he says he's in that conversation. He's only a high school kid, so probably has to go to AA for a year or AAA, then he'll be here.
2-1 pitch from Starkey, chopped towards third. Tough throw, good throw from Stone King on the first, one away.
That was a tough
very
play.
Good play from the third baseman for Harrison Central, Gage Stone King.
I don't know if we have the replay or not. I think he ended up throwing that ball in foul territory. Watch him cross over and throw. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. Off his back foot, right there. A+.
Top half of inning number 6. Top of the order now for Indian Creek. Gavin Pinal with his team up 5-0.
So our camera crew, they do a great job with these replays and everything. They're fantastic. They amaze me how they do it.
Oh, and 2. Rudders quickly ahead. This one towards short. Smith made the last out in inning number 5. The second out here in inning number 6. 2 away, couple of ground outs. Hunter Rusnak digs in with 2 outs.
Yeah, that's what you like to see. I think it's a good, clean baseball, make the routine plays. You saw 2 plays here. One was not really routine. They made it. That's a routine play. You have to make those plays to have a decent team. You just have to, because you can't give a team like Creek extra outs. Great infield instructor, Perry Hill, who's now with Seattle Mariners. He had shirts, he used to say, 27 outs, no more. In high school, it'd be 21. Don't give the team extra outs.
0-1. That one outside, 1-1.
And Perry, great infield instructor, and soon he'll have John Glenn's Colt Emerson to work with.
Yeah.
It was a #1 pick, just signed a big contract, I believe, here about a month ago.
Those Muskies knocked Indian Creek out of the playoffs Emerson's senior year before. That one behind Rusnak. It did hit him, so a 2-out base runner. But before Indian Creek went on a couple of seasons where they made deep playoff runs and state tournament runs, the Muskies of John Glenn came to Mingo Junction with Colt Emerson and knocked them out of the playoffs as a lower seed. And I remember going up there about a half hour or so earlier than I arrived for games because Rob Metzger said, hey, if you want to get up there early, John Glenn's got a kid that's going to get drafted if you want to shoot some video of him. And I did. And I remember calling our sister station in Seattle, Como TV out in Seattle, cold called him. Got a hold of the One Sports anchor out there, and I said, hey, greetings from your sister station in Steubenville. You want some video of the guy the Mariners just drafted in the first round? And they were like, are you serious?
Yeah, you had it.
Infield warm-ups, and I think he had 2 or 3 hits that day. And I mean, it's so hard to find video like that of high school players. You got college guys that get drafted. Right. Okay, those guys play on TV and stuff, but high school guys, they were very appreciative.
Well, you're seeing it now more than you ever have. Younger kids are getting to the big leagues quicker. Of course, Griffin, J.J. Weatherholt from WVU. I mean, these kids are going straight to the big leagues almost out of college or high school. It's amazing. Got him.
Pick off over to first, and Rusnak's in a pickle. Throw to second, and they got him.
Yep.
And that'll end the inning as Rusnak, after being hit by the pitch, is taken off the base paths. That's the final out. Silas Hyde will come to the bat rack again in the 7th. But we go to the bottom of the 6th. Indian Creek out in front 5-0.
Need help? At the Public Library of Steubenville and Jefferson County, we're here to assist you in person, on the phone, or online. Whether it's for homework help, funding information, building a resume, or tracing your family roots, PLSJ connects you to our reliable, trusted resources and services. The Public Library of Steubenville and Jefferson County is here to serve our community one person at a time. Visit us in person, call, or go online at SteubenvilleLibrary.org.
WVU Medicine and the MyChart app bring you the care you need when you need it. Over 65% of regional patients use My WVU chart, giving them instant access to test results, upcoming appointments, and direct messaging with their doctors. The app also lets family members securely connect as proxy users, so you can get help managing appointments and make informed healthcare decisions together. All designed so your access to quality care and your family's information is as simple as possible. WVU Medicine, quality care close to home.
For 50 years, folks across the Ohio Valley have counted on a ride they can trust. The Ohio Valley Regional Transportation Authority and East Ohio Regional Transit Authority, keeping our communities connected from Wheeling to Belmont County and everywhere in between. Whether you're heading to work, school, shopping, or just across town, Overta and Eorta make it easy, affordable, and accessible for everyone. 50 years of moving the Ohio Valley forward, and they're just getting started. Learn more at OVRTA.org.
Bottom of the 6th, the Huskies with some work to do, but a good spot in the order to get things started. 2, 3, and 4. This is how the bottom half, or the top half of inning number 6 ended. Good play there. Colton Rudder over to first. Rusnak frozen. Textbook.
Yep, executed perfectly. What you want to do on that pickoff, make sure that runner gets running. You don't want to have him just stand there and make three or four throws. You'll probably drop the 4th one. One thing about Heath, 2 things you don't have to worry about him, a pitch count or a pitch clock. He works fast and throws strikes. Economical, I guess, is the right word for pitches, because he hasn't thrown very many.
65.
Not bad in
5 innings.
5 innings.
48 of them for strikes.
Yeah.
66, 49 of them for strikes, as Crothers offers at the first one and misses.
That tells you as a hitter, man, go up there looking for that first pitch to hit it. He's not going to walk people. Attack.
Oh, 1 in the air towards center. Ian Starkey lets it bounce. Leadoff base runner for Harrison Central as the freshman Crothers aboard the base paths for the first time today. He's now 1 for 3.
Yeah, these young kids playing, I know graduation is not for 4 years, but, when you're a freshman, you play about 10 games. You're a sophomore already. And what you want to do here at Creek, you're up 5. You got 6 outs to give. You want to trade outs for runs. You don't have to turn a double play here. Make sure you get 1. Sometimes you try to turn 2 here. No, just make sure of 1. Don't make that extra throw where you throw it away. Just get an out.
Hot shot up the middle, a chance for 2. Pinal to second by himself
Nice
for
play.
1 on to first, double play.
Beautiful.
Parker Heath says, thank you very much, Mr. Pinal. A hot shot up the middle that the senior shortstop handles perfectly.
Yeah, it's a highlight. I hope we can get it. Watch him drag his foot across the base here. What an athletic move. Watch this. Boom, hits this. Beautiful. And then guns it to first. That's the highlight film. That's the kind of film coaches want to see in college.
6-3 double play, unassisted, 2 away for the sophomore Miser. Takes ball 1 on the outer part of the plate. Miser flew out the first, reached on an error, and was thrown out at second in a fielder's choice in the 4th. This one hit well towards the gap in left center. A chance for extra bases here for Colton Miser. It bounces all the way to the wall as Miser into second with a 2-out stand-up double. His 3rd double of the season. And it's a runner in scoring position now for Hunter Snyder.
Yeah, that was a good at-bat. Squared it up perfectly. Hit the gap. And Creek now, like I say, you're up 5-0. The infielders now should be telling the outfielders, guys, on a base hit, please throw the ball to second base. I've seen it 5 times now in the last week where you're up like this and you try to throw it home and you overthrow it, and the guy that hit the ball gets to second. You want to keep him at first where you have the force in play.
Ball 1. Snyder, fielder's choice, and a ground out to short in the second.
And as a third base coach here, you have to make sure he scores standing up. You're not going to send him. You don't want no tag play at home plate when you're down 5-0.
That one just missed high. 2 balls and no strikes. The first extra base hit allowed of the game for Parker Heath. The Huskies 4 hits on the day, but have yet to score. Indian Creek 5 runs on 9 hits to this point in the 6th inning. Reno.
Probably taken all the way here.
Mike Cottis with action in the Indian Creek bullpen, a righty up and throwing.
Yeah, sometimes, you go by pitch count. Sometimes you go by what you see. If you see a pitcher all of a sudden throwing high all the time, he may be losing it.
3-0.
Even though his pitch count isn't up. Guys are different. That's why I don't agree for the same pitch count for different pitchers. They're all different. Skeens is 6'6", 250. Other guys are 5'11", 6'180". It's different. You can't have the same pitch count for different guys.
3-1. Almost gloved by Heath, but it gets into center field. Base hit, a chance for Miser to score.
Good job.
And they do exactly what you wanted them to. The center fielder, Starkey, throws it to the cutoff man. An RBI single for Hunter Snyder. His 11th run batted in this season, and the Huskies on the board. Heath almost had it. Almost had it.
Yep. Good, like I say, good job by Starkey. Throw it in. Now you have the force at second base. That's baseball. That's how you play baseball. Sometimes I remember Jim Leadon used to always say about pitch counts. He said, no, my pitch count, I watch with the eyes. I can tell whether they're getting tired or not. Certain pitchers, they do, all of a sudden they start walking around the mound, picking the rosin up, looking up in the sky. They're tired. They're tired. They're trying to kill time. They don't want to pitch the ball. You just have to watch them. And if you know each pitcher does something different. And in this situation here, if he starts to get the ball up high, it doesn't matter what his pitch count is. He's done. His legs are tired. So you're hoping here he can get through this inning. You have a guy warming up in the bullpen, but I think they'd rather him at least finish this inning.
Colton Rudder in there for the 2nd time today. Struck out looking his last time up. That ended the 4th inning and ended the Husky threat in the 4th. It was 2nd and 3rd, 2 out, and Heath got a big strikeout to end the 4th inning. 1-0, I should say, after the first pitch ball. This one on the ground, and a diving stop by Dom DeGrutola on the first inning over. A good play by the third baseman, the senior Dom DeGrutola, to end the threat, but the Huskies on the board. 1 run on 3 hits. No errors and a man left as we head to the final frame. Indian Creek up 5-1.
Do you suffer in pain? Are you stiff, tense, or less active than before? Introducing the EasyWell Remedy Massage System that combines the incredible effects of vibrational therapy, targeted deep tissue shiatsu massage, plus soothing infrared heat. a triple fusion of therapeutic experiences. Full body vibrational therapy increases blood circulation and reduces inflammation. Look at these beads moving from the powerful vibrational motors.
It's like 1,000 little fingers just vibrating my body from head to toe.
Infrared heat penetrates deep to reduce pain, soothe, and relax.
Remedy gets in there and helps deal with the source of the pain, so you feel much better.
The Ultra Shiatsu pillow with 6 infrared heated nodes mimics a professional massage. Plus, it's detachable for deep relief anywhere you need it.
It's just something that you're gonna have to feel for yourself.
Experience the true remedy for your pain and stiffness. Call now.
Your next sales job can come with real training, real mentorship, and real opportunity. At AMP, you'll have the opportunity to sell sports, news, streaming, digital, and social, including trusted local brands across one of the nation's largest media networks. Train with sales professionals from coast to coast. Learn from mentors who invest in your success. When you win, we win. That's the partnership. Apply today at sbgi.net/join-AMP. AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions. You plus us equals endless possibilities.
Ready for the final frame. Indian Creek up 5-1 as we enter the 7th inning. It'll be 3, 4, and 5. Silas Hyde will lead it off. Colton Rudder has been pretty darn good since that first inning, and then getting hit with a line drive in the second inning has settled in nicely. 94 pitches to this point in the ball game. The Ohio limit 125, so something to keep an eye on as Indian Creek comes to the bat rack here in the top of the 7th inning. Silas Hyde 0 for 3.
Yeah, if he can get through this inning, I think both coaches can be thrilled that their pitchers have went this distance and save their bullpens.
Hyde on a rope towards center field, but over a couple of steps is Crothers to make the catch for out number 1. Pair of flyouts to center field for Hyde, up line out to left, and a strikeout. So Hyde 0 for 4 today. And now James Brothers, who's 3 for 3, steps in with 1 out.
Yeah, having played perfectly. Good scouting report. I'm sure they do that now with all the weapons they have, all the analytics.
Brothers takes one high for ball 1, singled and scored his last time up. Well, the courtesy runner, Lyons, scored.
Yeah, I was bad.
2-0.
Yeah, the analytics, they can tell you a lot of things, but a lot of coaches say they can't tell you how to throw strikes.
Fouled out of play, 2-1. Green one.
You don't realize you throw around 90, 100 pitches in high school, it tires you out. It doesn't look like it will, but you know that's a lot of tough play here.
That was pitch 101. Third baseman Stone King on to first, 2 away. He's made some pretty darn good plays over at the hot corner for Harrison Central. 2 outs for Lucas McVicker.
Yeah, look, when you get up around 100 in high school, that's a lot of pitches. Even in pro ball, it's a lot. I see some of these kids in college are throwing 120, 130, and I go, yeesh, be careful.
Good off-speed pitch that McVicker offered at and missed. 0-1. Popped out his last time up, doubled in the third, singled and scored in the first. 1-0 hit in the air. Center field. Crothers made the first out this inning, makes the final out this inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Huskies in the visitors' half of the 7th inning. The Huskies need 4 to tie and 5 to win. They trail at 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the 7th here at Mazeroski Field.
If you're a former or active coal miner who's worked or is currently working in an environment exposing you to potential breathing hazards, schedule your test for the Black Lung Clinic at WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital today. Call 304-843-3307 to stop black lung from stealing your time.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
Meet the new Massey Ferguson 1GC Series subcompact tractor. These small but mighty machines help you get more done on your property. They're easy to operate for first-time owners and packed with power. Mow, haul, dig, and clear brush, all without breaking a sweat. Plus, with a wide array of attachment options, you can work through every season with ease. From summer mowing to winter snow removal, the MF1GC Series does it all. Learn more at MasseyFerguson.com or visit DJ Sales and Service today.
This one's kind of wild. We just had The Miz on.
WrestleMania headliner is exactly who you think he is. He's a guy who knows how to steal the show.
We're talking life in and out of the ring and American Gladiators.
Throwbacks with The Miz, streaming now wherever you get your podcasts.
Attention all active and former coal miners. If you worked or are currently working in an environment that exposes you to potential breathing hazards, a screening for respiratory health problems is recommended. Call WVU Medicine Reynolds Memorial Hospital at 304-843-3307 to schedule a screening today.
Last chance for the Huskies. They need 4 to tie and 5 to win in the bottom of the 7th inning, and it'll be 7, 8, and 9 due up for the home squad. Cash Meadows will lead it off. He singled his last time up. The Redskins trying to remain undefeated, 10-0 to this point in the season. Harrison Central 9-2. Both teams near the top of the standings, 1 and 2 respectively in OVAC 4A. First pitch upstairs, ball 1. Parker Heath looking for the complete game 1-run effort.
Sometimes when you're behind like this, you might want to take a strike, but this guy's thrown so many strikes, there's no reason to take a strike. You're just going to get in trouble. Be aggressive still.
1-0 in the air.
And do that
Center
right
field.
there.
That's a lead-off single. Cash Meadows back-to-back base knocks.
Up to bat for the Huskies.
And Brady McAfee, the senior, steps in. You need to put the rally caps on. A leadoff single, a good way to start it. And they're going to give the opportunity for a courtesy runner here for Cash Meadows, the junior, in to run for the Huskies.
Again, here in Indian Creek, you want to get outs. They need 3 outs to win. The other team needs 4 runs. So when you're in that situation, that formula is pretty good. Trade them runs for outs every day of the week. There's one. Should be.
Foul territory behind the bag at first. Brothers gloves it. 1 away.
Now batting for Harrison Central.
The number 9 hitter, Trey Dunphy, the DH in there now for the 3rd time today. Strikeout in the 3rd, fly out to left in the 5th.
In this situation here, usually you would play double play depth in the middle of the infield. However, with that big lead, you could actually play 2 or 3 steps deeper. Make sure you get 1 out. Like I said, if you get 1 out here, man, you're 1 out away from the win. You don't have to turn 2.
Pick back over to first. Courtesy runner back in safely.
If you play the game by what's the scoreboard and the outs, you'll do fine. Because every game that's what's so neat about baseball. Every game is really, really different.
Two 2-0. That one just missed on the outer edge. Top of the order. On deck, Lance Smith. Call to strike, 2-1. Now, if you're an Indian Creek fan and you want to look back at this start from Parker Heath, you look at the way he's handled the first 2 batters who hit .474 coming in and .281 respectively, Smith and Crothers. They're only 1 for 6 and haven't reached beyond first base. Fly out into right field in foul territory as Silas Hyde ranges over and makes the catch. 2 away. Last chance, last opportunity here. Lance Smith digs in with 2 outs as Parker Heath again looking for that complete game 1-run victory for Indian Creek. First pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah, he's pumping him at first. I bet you he's been ahead of the hitter probably, I'm going to say 90% of the time tonight.
Smith Couple of ground outs and a line out to short his last time up. This one towards Pinal at short. This could do it. It's DeGrutola over at third to make the play, but not in time. Good pick by James Brothers at first to keep it within the confines, but nonetheless, Lance Smith legs out the infield single, so it's first and second with two away for Colson Crothers, who singled his last time up.
And like we talked about before, you have to tell the outfielders here, if that guy goes home, do not throw it home. Throw it to second, you have a force at second or third, so you don't need to throw anybody out at home.
Heath steps off and calls time. Mike Cox, the home plate umpire, grants it as Rusnak and Heath swap strategy for a brief moment. Tying runs on deck. It's Colson Crothers at the dish right now. Should the inning continue, Gage Stone King could potentially represent the tying run.
Yeah, usually here you'd be real aggressive, but his job is to get that tying run up to the plate somehow, some way. Get hit by a pitch, walk, whatever.
Another first pitch strike for Parker Heath, commonplace.
Now you go back into the hitting mode, being down one strike. Try to extend the game with a base hit.
Oh, and one offer that missed. 0-2. Heath with 4 strikeouts today. A fifth one could end it. Just missed. 1-2. Heath's 1-2. Foul back. Good job by Crothers hanging in there. We'll do it again.
Yeah, he had a good rip at that. Foul it straight back. Like I said before, when you foul it straight back, you're just missing the ball. It's a good approach.
.91 pitches so far for Parker Heath. First and second, 2 out, bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the Huskies. Called strike 3 on the outer third, and Parker Heath's 5th strikeout of the game is the final out as Indian Creek with a 5-1 victory to remain undefeated. We'll wrap it up in a couple of minutes from Mazeroski Field. The final score, Indian Creek 5, Harrison Central 1.
Here, we go further to keep medicine close to home by surrounding you with a team of experts and surrounding our region with the highest level of care with the world's latest treatments and breakthroughs that change the odds. Because in medicine, we find a way. We go as far as it takes to help the people right here.
Ms. Dawn's First Class Commercial Cleaning is a commercial and industrial cleaning company founded in 2016 by owner Ms. Dawn. Built on a hands-on approach, the team delivers reliable service and consistent results across the tri-state area. With 2 locations to serve you, 220 South Street in Steubenville and 3601 Main Street in Weirton, West Virginia. Ms. Dawn's is ready when your business needs it.
If you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, well, your favorite attorney has a message for you. Collision, calamity, catastrophe? Are you innocent, faultless, above reproach? If you want money, you need an attorney. You need a bulldog. But finding one, it's laborious, it's strenuous, it's stupefying. That's why you gotta call the number on your screen now. They'll help you connect to a legal expert. You have questions, they have answers. They know the legalese, the lingo, the jargon, and the argot. They'll even tell you how much money your case could be worth. $300,000, $2 million, $86,491, all sorts of numbers. Slip and falls, work accidents, car, truck, bus, motorcycle, motorbike, e-bike, tandem bike. These bulldogs will make sure people pay. And if you don't get paid, the attorneys don't get paid, and I don't get paid. So I compel you, I implore you, I beseech you to pick up that phone and call now to see what your case could be worth.
800-373-0500.
The Redskins of Indian Creek remain undefeated. Mike Cottis' squad 11-0 after a 5-1 victory on the road over Harrison Central. The Redskins 5 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors, and 6 left on base. Harrison Central 1 run on 7 hits, 1 error, and they also left 6 stranded on the base paths. Nonetheless, Rich Donnelly, despite the outcome going away from the home squad tonight, these were 2 very, very good baseball teams.
Yeah, I like a good, solid, clean game. Ball wasn't thrown all over the yard. Pitchers threw strikes. Guys made plays. Guys got hits. Like I say, that's what you want, a good, clean game. I think both coaches have to be real happy that both their pitchers went the distance.
We'll recap it for you very briefly. 5 runs for Indian Creek, 3 of them in the top of the first. Gavin Pinal walked. Hunter Rusnak doubled him in to make it 1-0. And then Lucas McVicker would single in Hunter Rusnak to make it 2-0. And then another run would score for Indian Creek. McVicker scored on a wild pitch. 3 runs on 3 hits, an error, and 2 left in the first inning for Indian Creek. There's that RBI double from Rusnak off the wall in left. It was 3-0 until the top of the 4th inning when Gavin Pinal singled, stole second, and Rusnak brought him in for his second RBI of the day, a single to make it 4-0. 5-0 in the 5th when James Brothers, who was 3 for 4 on the day, went and singled, had a courtesy runner score for him thanks to an RBI single from Logan Wedlake to make it 5-0 in the 5th inning. Harrison Central on the board for the first time in the bottom half of inning number 6. An RBI double for Colton Miser scored Colson Crothers, who singled. I apologize. The RBI credited to Hunter Snyder. Colton Miser doubled and later scored. That made it 5-1 in the 6th. In the top of the 7th, Indian Creek went 1, 2, and 3, and Harrison Central threatened in the bottom of the 7th. Cash Meadows led it off with a single, a couple of flyouts. Lance Smith would single, put runners on first and second. Tying run was on deck, but a strikeout from Parker Heath to ended his 5th of the day. And the story of the day is Parker Heath, a phenomenal outing from him, but not just him. Colton Rudder hit by a line drive, gave up 3 runs in the first inning, was able to hang in there, and both starters go the distance.
Yeah, good to see him recover. You know, we hope he wasn't hurt too bad. I'm sorry, he'll be a little sore tomorrow. That was a bullet. But anyway, like you say, you won't see too many high school games where both pitchers go the whole way and throw strikes and not walk 10 people and hit people. So very well played game by 2 great programs, 2 great coaches.
Monday, we're back at it from the brand new Brook Baseball Complex as Doug Costain's Brook Varsity Bruins host St. Clairsville. Brook so far in the 2026 campaign, 8-11, and they currently trail East Liverpool in the bottom of the 3rd inning, 6-0. St. Clairsville will visit Brook, and right now an advantage for Tom Sleeva's Red Devils against Cambridge. St. C currently leading it 8-0 on the road over Cambridge Bobcats in the top of the 6th, 10-0 I should say, as St. C looks to end that one early. That should be a pretty darn good matchup. Back at it on Monday from Wellsburg, 5 p.m. live on Fox 9 and live streaming across the digital platforms as well. Again, Indian Creek, the winner in this one. 5 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors, 6 left on base. Harrison Central, 1 run on 7 hits, 1 error. They stranded 6 as well. The winning pitcher, Parker Heath, he's 3-0. Colton Rudder takes the loss. He's 2-2. Time of the game, 1 hour and 46 minutes. Rich Donnelly, your final thoughts.
Well, it's just so good. Like I say, I said it before, it's so good to see the 2 pitchers throw strikes. For the most part, they made every routine play. And like I say, timely hits. I believe the Redskins scored 2 runs because of speed. Stolen bases, moved the guy over, boom, got the hit. Very well-balanced team for Creek. You can see why they're going to be a tough out in a tournament with their pitching and with their all-around hitting. Like you had said before, something like 338 team batting average. That's absurd.
383.
383. That means your 7, 8, and 9 guys are probably hitting over 300. Not too many teams around have guys like that, so they got to be thrilled with that.
Rich Donnelly, we'll do it again on Monday, good sir. As always, we appreciate your insight and your willingness to do this. It was fun.
It was great. Like I say, the kids in the Valley, it's great to see them, and then it's great to see them move on. Like I said, we have Ty Householder playing for my son down at Marshall. Tristan Nemeth is at Slippery Rock doing real well. It's great to see these kids move on and play college ball. Ball in the Valley is pretty good this year.
Harrison Central bows 5-1. They are now 9-3. Indian Creek remains undefeated. They are 11-0. For my broadcast partner, Rich Donnelly, and our hardworking WTOV9 production crew, our producer, Stephen Gravy, our director, Mason Runkle, I'm Jack Hillgrove, repeating the final score from here at Mazeroski Field. Indian Creek 5, Harrison Central 1. We're back at it on Monday from Brook for the Bruins and the Red Devils. We'll talk to you.
My name is Matthew Metz. I'm a general surgeon at WVU Reynolds Memorial Hospital. So hernia surgery is one of the most frequent surgeries that we do. And it's also surgery that sometimes gets put off a lot. It's best to repair it as soon as possible, less postoperative discomfort potentially for patients when the hernias are repaired when they're smaller, and actually probably quicker recovery when they're repaired if they're small.
Dupixent continuously